What's happening, guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Adam, this is Vancity Audi, and I'm back at Racing Greed with the B8 S4. Last time I was here, I was working hand in hand with Integrated Engineering to get that E30 calibration sorted out on their single pulley stage 2 file. That worked like a hot damn. 416 wheel horsepower, 369 foot-pounds of torque, I think it was, on this all-wheel drive Mustang dyno. Now I'm dual pulley. Dual pulley with an upgraded high pressure fuel pump from Integrated Engineering. If you follow along the channel, if you've subscribed, you've seen the installs of both those products. How much power are we actually gonna make? I'm not sure. I think it's gonna be less though. I think the 91 file and the 93 file are going to be less than what we made with the E30 single pulley file. Why I say that is butt dyno feel. Out on the back roads, launching the car, third gear pulls, doing data logging, it doesn't feel like there's quite as much in it. Then reviewing the logs, I can physically see for myself. There's not as much boost, there's not as much timing. So I'm not expecting huge numbers here on the 91 and the 93 file, utilizing this dual pulley setup. What I am excited to see is the E40 setup from Integrated Engineering. Once we have these pump gas numbers down for you, I'm gonna be filling up the car with a bit more ethanol to get it to that E40 level. I can run that tune comfortably now that I have the upgraded high pressure fuel pump. So how much power are we going to put down E40 dual pulley Integrated Engineering on my B8 S4? Let's get to the dyno. First run completed on the dual pulley 91 octane file, and we achieved 392 wheel horsepower and 372 foot-pounds of torque. What I have up here is the E30 single pulley file. Look at the power difference. We were making significantly more horsepower with that E30 blend on a single pulley compared to 91 octane on a dual pulley setup. The torque is almost the same. There are the graphs for you guys to see. You can see how we get more torque coming in at first, matching it a bit the mid-range, and then it drops off up top. And then the horsepower, you start out with a bit more, but then evens out through the mid-range and then is significantly less than the E30 file. So we can show you guys right off the bat, just because you have a dual pulley setup, if you are using lower octane fuel, you are not making as much as a single pulley with an E30 blend. Let's get to that 93 octane file. As the 93 octane runs down, we managed 406 and 380 up from 392 and 372 using 91 octane. That's not a huge gain, but it's definitely noticeable. There is the graph. You gotta forgive us on this discrepancy here. I did change tires since the last time I was here, and we forgot to do the calibration on the 91 runs, so it's gonna overshoot a little here, but not the end of the world. We're keeping this calibration off the 93 run for the E40 runs today. That is the difference though between the 93 octane file and the 91 octane file from Integrated Engineering. So you've seen what this setup can do on the 91 octane tune, on the 93 octane tune as well. But if you watch the channel, you know I am always wanting more. We upgraded the high pressure fuel pump so we can technically now run the dual pulley E40 file from Integrated Engineering. Right now I'm sitting at about an E20 ethanol content. Our fuel here in the lower mainland is horrible. I cannot physically run 93 octane tunes with our 94 octane ethanol free fuel. It pulls so much timing, and I have seen engines go bye-bye because it is way too aggressive for our fuel. So I always mix in E85 running that blend already, and that's how I'm achieving solid power numbers and a very well running car. So I have to add another 20% ethanol in order to run that E40 file. I have a ethanol sensor. It was one of the first things we did on this car. I have the gauge in car, so now I'm gonna put some E85 into the tank. We're gonna do some very slow driving, get the car to adapt to the fuel that's in the system. I am going to tune the car to the E40 file, and then we'll hit it again and see how much more power we are able to make from E40 to a 93 octane file. Cable's plugged into the OBD2 port, and up on the screen, the dual pulley E40 blend. It's about to go down. Next, and do we want to do this? Hell to the yes, buddy. Flashing requirements. So they have done this to make sure that you don't mess your stuff up. It is a great reminder from Integrated Engineering not to mess around with ethanol unless you're doing it correctly. Make sure you test your fuel, make sure you're running it responsibly, and all of the upgrades that are necessary in order to make the power numbers that are written on their website. Yes. Oh, it's go time. I've already purchased the double pulley file, so it does not cost any additional credits to purchase. I'm excited, guys. Car's at temp, fuel has been blended, we're now running that E40 blend, the goodness. Let's see what kind of power we can make now with this monster. Of the day on that E40 tune, and beast mode has been unleashed. 444 wheel horsepower, up from 406 from the 93 octane tune. I believe that's 38 wheel horsepower more, up to 404 from 380, another 24 foot-pounds of torque. That is a really, really nice gain. And then I'll show you guys the graphs, and it is just more power from start to finish, all the way through the pull, all the way up top. And what we're noticing here is it looks like this might want to keep pulling. So there is a 7350 RPM TCU file from Integrated Engineering that I will be using in future videos, but as of for now, it's the 7200 RPM shift points, so that's where it's falling off, but I feel like this might go on a bit longer. Our numbers might be a bit higher. But for today, this is what we're getting, and I am super happy with it. 444 wheel and 404 foot-pounds of torque on this E40 dual pulley tune from Integrated Engineering. Here's the final comparison of the day for you guys. What I wanted to show you is what we just achieved with the dual pulley E40 file versus the E30 single pulley file. So you can see the upgrades by upgrading a crank pulley and a high pressure fuel pump, what you're getting in terms of power gain from the E40 to the E30. I think that is tremendous. Here are the graphs, just massive gains throughout the entire pull. Really, really excited to get this E40 file on the track and see what it can do. There you have it, guys. There are all my runs, 91 octane tune, 93 octane tune, E40 tune, all from Integrated Engineering, all with a dual pulley setup. We maxed out today with 444 wheel horsepower, 404 foot-pounds of torque on this all-wheel drive Mustang dyno here at Racing Greed. I am friggin' pumped to get this thing to the track now. It has been too long that I've owned this car and I haven't been able to get it on a drag strip. I'm really excited to see what it can do. For those of you that aren't interested in running the E40 file, I will be taking this to the drag strip first off with the 93 octane tune, just to see how it can do and see how it feels on the strip before I step it up to the E40 file on the actual drag strip and see what it can do with that much more power. I'm really excited to get it there. I hope you guys stick around to check out those videos as well. Thank you very much to Racing Greed for always taking care of me, and until next time, guys, take care.